I have a problem with loud people.
I have a problem with loud people, especially if they're men. A man can't be loud, ever.
I'm with that.
Right? Thank you.
What do you mean?
can't talk loud. You can't be like here, hey everybody, and then you in a shopping mall. Oh my gosh.
And
I
then
can't even say like
I don't do the call across the room thing. Like, take it.
yo.
No.
Also,
And I
don't
feel
call
weird
me
if
that
I'm-
way.
If I'm next to somebody and yo, calm down, bro.
No, don't do
The
that.
phone, call the person, something.
Thank you.
You guys got problems.
What do you
It's just
mean?
it's a thing.
It's
Don't
out
be
of-
loud.
It's out of pocket.
Just-
I can only not. I can't stand high pitched guys. Shouting I'm okay with, but if you're high pitched, nah. 2 seconds. Say what you need to say, and we're done.
That's not their
Have you met the
fault.
Major League DJs?
Oh.
I heard them on radio recently. I was like, yo, are they here for the whole show? Come on, just say where you guys are. And let's play music after that. Yo,
Anyway, okay, right first then.
what's up, everybody? Welcome to Before You Weekend. It is spring day. Happy Friday. I hope you are having fun in whatever office you're watching this in. If you are drinking, don't let your boss see, and don't blame us because we are not employed by your boss.
Yeah.
It's us, the friends, Calvin and Ellen. How you guys doing?
We're amazing. It's Friday.
Okay, guys, the hour has basically started. So I know there's a lot of things going on in and around the world, but we have to start off lightly. I asked my friends here to give advice to friends of mine outside of South Africa. The catch is they can only give advice using lyrics from music. Whoever has the lowest amounts of lyrics they used, they have to take a shot of herbal tea, we'll call it. Let's call it herbal tea. Yeah, they said they don't want to give money, so I guess we have to do a shot. So I'm going to start with the first person.
Yo.
I can't, and this is the thing, Ellen and Calvin. I can't give you a background of who they are.
Okay.
Because if I give you the background, your mind's already going to start framing how you can position your advice.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to call the first person. Her name is Winnie. She's based in Kenya. And by the way, the people we're calling are people who are like friends and have been watching this and are enjoying the nonsense and the nonsense we speak and
It can be one line,
the fun we
right?
have.
Doesn't
Yeah,
have
you can
to
use
be-
one line and they respond whatever and go to the
But
next
it
line.
must be a song.
It must come from a song.
Yeah.
Man.
Please don't come with your underground rap. Immortal Technique was great, but it's 2023.
Guys.
Great.
Ish. Okay.
Are we connected there?
Yeah.
Cool.
We should be good. Let's make sure. There we go. All good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You cheating? Why are
I'm
you
not
searching for
not
stuff?
searching for you.
Jeez, man.
Okay, so we're gonna give this one to Calvin. Winnie, how you doing?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. You're on the Before You Weekend podcast. You want to say hi to your new South African friends?
Yo, what's
Hi.
good, Winnie?
Hey,
That's
Winnie.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Good.
Great, thank you. So we're gonna direct the problem you have. Let's direct this one to Calvin.
Ish.
Winnie, shoot.
Okay. So I'm in my mid-20s, right? And I'm trying to build a brand, but I'm not trying to be boxed into a fashion person or somebody who goes to reviews restaurants. I'm much more inclined to exploring the luxury world. But typically, luxury brands only pick either older guys or older influencers, or they will pick foreigners or let's say expatriates, people who have experiences.
Okay.
So as somebody who is just wanting to get into it, I'm not saying that I would approach a brand and say I know all about fine dining or how to dress luxuriously. I'm talking about somebody who's willing to learn, because I know some people my age want to get into that as well. So how do you think I should package myself as a luxury brand influencer?
Wait, I am laughing not because of what you said. I'm laughing because wow. Yo, how do I have the real answer to what you're asking me, but he's not asking me for the real answer. He's asking me to answer
In
with
lyrics.
a lyric.
They don't know that. That's the part they don't know.
Oh, snap. Did I just oh,
You just
okay.
messed it up.
My bad. I'm sorry.
But go on.
Okay. Yo, you putting me on the spot, TK. Damn. I'm sorry, Wendy. I'll make sure that you get the right help.
Sometimes you're gonna just
put
tell
me-
people I am not my hair.
I think you got this.
Yeah. I'm blank. I'm blank. I'm sorry, Wendy. I'm actually
Winnie.
Winnie. Excuse me. I apologize, Winnie. I'm blank right now, and this is not normally a thing for me. But yeah,
Okay, give her the real answer.
Okay.
By the way, this is not Dine and Discover. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Okay, so essentially you're saying that you're trying to get into the fashion space, and that's what I'm understanding, right? Do correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't want to be boxed into something like fashion or
Yeah.
foodie. I want luxury. So I'm talking about luxurious travel, luxurious clothes, luxurious, rentals, something of the sort.
Yeah. Look, I think for the most part, for example, like with myself, I've built a creative agency essentially that gives me a platform to service different types of spaces. And I think if you approach it in that way, to say that along the way you've got to collect basically proofs of concept, like where you've been able to successfully do something, even if it's in the box, but you can leverage that to the next thing, right? Because you can't do everything at once. And unfortunately, some spaces do need the history. They need the resume. They need to know that you've done it before. And that's just how the spaces work. So what you want to do is that you want to build step by step from one space to another. And don't be afraid to do that, and don't be afraid to take the time to do that. And as you go along, you just study the other industries as you go, because they always change. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's my response.
Always make sure you got your suit and tie on. I'm already on
Awesome.
to someone fast.
You're terrible.
Thank you, Winnie.
Okay, thank you guys.
All right. Thank you, Winnie. Shout out.
Okay.
Ellen's been Googling.
I'm not
Ellen-
Googling
Yes, you've been
anything. I'm
Googling.
not Googling
You
anything.
are.
I am.
That's cheating.
Hey, I'm
I
not
just
cheating.
went blank. That's so hectic.
I'm not
bro.
cheating. By the way, you lost. I just want to say, you lost.
Okay.
No, not now. Just hold on. Let's do it as a collective. Because
As a collective?
I'm
What?
going.
Okay, this one's for you.
If I can answer Ellen's, if
No,
she doesn't,
please.
then I can answer
Don't
hers.
switch up anything.
I mean, I guess you can
I'll
steal a
take
point.
my
Okay,
L.
let's go.
I'll
Did we
give
just
a
create
whole
a game
bank
show?
card.
Let's go. Let's
I feel like we
go.
just
No
created
way.
a game show.
She's just looking at my banker. Ellen, you're cheating.
Hello?
Go.
I'm not cheating, I swear.
Hey, what's up?
Guys, by the way, the person you're listening to now, his name's Michael. He's a fellow podcaster in Tanzania.
Oh, shout out.
Was from radio. He's killing it.
Okay.
Michael, how you doing?
Yo, what's good,
I'm
Michael?
good, my
Hey,
guy.
Michael.
How you been? I'm a big fan. You guys are doing great stuff. Great
Shout
stuff.
out. Thank you so much, Michael. That's actually dope coming from you, man.
Thank you, man.
All good, all good.
We're going to direct your problem to Ellen. Shoot,
Yeah.
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is quite interesting, yeah? It's not from me per se, but it's from a colleague that we're having call with. He has an amazing job, right? He provides for everything, and he's one of those guys that is actually very supportive of his wife's career as well. Only challenge is that his wife got a decent job outside the country. Meaning,
Hectic.
probably should make more money than him. So the guy is conflicted between, do I hold her back by telling her not to go? Because literally I can provide for what she needs. Or I let her go and let her earn more than me and probably find out who she really is as a person.
Damn. Go, Ellen.
This is so unfair.
So I was like, this is way beyond. I mean, man, that's saying I couldn't comprehend. I
Yeah.
couldn't advise. So it's up to you guys. What would you advise?
Okay. Hey, Michael.
Hey,
How are you doing?
good.
I'm good too. Okay, so my response would be, I'm in good trouble. It's multi-layered. Okay, so bear with me. Just bear with me. You'll get it. I'm in good trouble. Sometimes I wonder how your thighs would fit on my bed. Okay, Do you get it?
No, sorry, come again?
Okay. So I'm in good trouble. Sometimes I wonder how your thighs would fit on my bed.
Oh no.
And I think that's the crust of it.
Oh no.
What?
This is terrible.
No.
It's lyrics. You said lyrics. I gave you lyrics, nigga. Okay. You said anything.
So Michael, we try to answer your question only using lyrics from songs. Oh.
I had one.
You guys are crazy.
But it makes sense, right, Michael? It makes sense.
would've-
Also, why would you unleash that kind of stuff on me? You know full well nothing good is going to come out of
Exactly.
this.
And TK worked it out so well. Oh my god.
Michael, thank you so much,
you guys
man.
are crazy. Oh, okay, you have fun. You guys are crazy.
Shut up,
to you.
Michael.
Thank you so much.
I would have.
Oh my
I
word.
would have said stay scheming.
That man is married. Now I'm just thinking now his wife's gonna watch and go, why is Ellen saying that to you?
But it's an actual song. It's a song that I really, really like, actually.
So you
I just
like
couldn't
porn
remember
songs?
the hey, what?
So you just like porn songs.
It's
Whoa,
not it's
it's not a
to do with love.
Something didn't you say hidden between sorry. Okay, so we're gonna do the last call. I'll do that. I heard the wrong song.
You aren't allowed to enter, just by the way, because
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
can't
can't.
enter because
I don't know anyone's problems.
no, you don't. But you know
No.
music and you know lyrics.
We
Just
all know music.
Okay, I think the first one to get the first one.
Wait, we don't know what the score is right now.
it's 0. I won.
Yeah,
Kuluki, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. All the way from Kenya. Welcome to the Before You Weekend podcast.
Yay! What's
Thank
good?
you.
All right, so hit us with a problem.
I'm a content creator, micro content creator, and recently I got what is it called? A contract from this particular brand that hasn't had the best rep in a few months. So for damage control, they're trying to get like micro influencers to for the damage control. But personally, I wouldn't shop from them either way, but they're offering like a good amount of money, right? And so with that being said, I'm wondering, like, should I take the deal? Should I not? But the thing is, it's also going to get me like some traction, although it might not be positive traction. Yeah, so that's the dilemma.
Okay. I mean, sometimes you gotta just walk in the room and say money, 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 right?
Yes.
And I'm saying that to say, like, when you talk to the person, you gotta say it's deal or no deal.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Wait. I'm trying to figure out how to answer this question.
Yeah.
Wait.
Come on now.
Come now.
I think for damage control, you gotta just like say, let's get it on, and
Okay. Yeah.
and when it gets rough, Papa is a Rolling Stone, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm winning this one. By the way,
No, you're not.
we're answering with the lyrics from music, so that's why everyone's like, wait, what's going on?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have no answer. But that's a serious problem. I thought you were gonna like shock us with a hectic problem that we know no answer to.
Yeah, that's okay.
Look, I think we can touch base with her after the shoot and actually help out. I've got an answer for that.
She's a hectic influencer. Kaluki, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
We're gonna give you a shout. We're gonna give you a shout after the shoot, and then I'll actually help you out on how to navigate that. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Shout out to you. Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You
I
are
won.
dumb. You are dumb. You did not win. You didn't win.
No, this guy
I had four.
You came
I didn't
prepared.
know the problem.
But
It doesn't matter. You were
This
just giving
idea
in
is
J
yours.
Okay.
answers.
So there's no way
Awa.
you're winning. In fact, you take.
was
all
that the
three
last?
shots.
All three
No.
of them? No, just because you came up with a stupid game again. Now, just drink.
Okay.
All right. I'll help
I
you.
feel like, for safety's sake.
It's fine. We'll take
Okay.
a shot of ginger tea.
Ginger tea.
Now,
Oof. Okay, let's get into it. A lot's been happening. I don't know what the most important thing was to you, but we need to discuss why the hell was Miguel hanging by nails in his back? That just reminded me of that other pasta.
It's hooks.
Why?
It's literally like these hooks that are in, and then the wire hooks onto that. This part's already.
Is it because he sucks at writing hooks?
Wow.
Today is the
Guys.
day.
You know,
Today, it's the day.
okay. It's okay.
I like Miguel. It's just
No, but that's what I said. I also was like, why? Because I'm like, you can sing, my brother.
he can sing.
You've got a catalog of note. There is no need. I couldn't need at all. Like, I
But
also
what was
didn't
it
get
for? Was it just
to charm
shame?
you, to charm your agenda.
It was for his show, a recent show. I don't know if he's on tour, but it was just a show. So in his show, whether how he came out or at some stage, they had him on like cables and stuff, and like
With hooks in his back.
in his skin.
Yeah.
Has he changed faith?
What? Why?
No, because that's an actual thing. I can't
Wait,
remember,
what
but
does that have
it's
to
of
do?
Hindu faith where they put hooks in you, and it's just hooks and a whole lot of stuff. But it's of a faith.
I think we're just doing that for the show.
No, but it's Miguel we're talking about. That's possible.
Is he weird like that?
He's very spiritual,
He's
but
spiritual.
like adjacent spiritual.
I feel like those are the moments where if you had a crush on him and you saw that, the crush is over. I feel like everyone's had that moment, like, I can't wait to see my crush come out. And when they
Yeah.
come out weird, it's like, never mind.
That was Chris Brown for me when everything
Really?
was just tattoos.
I thought that
Yeah.
worked. I
And when
thought
he
that
lost
looks good.
like too much weight, and then I was like no.
So you liked
I like big men.
bi-
What? What? No, what?
so
It's a preference, right? I like.
so big without tats.
No, I like tattoos. It's
No.
just that it was just way too much. Like when it starts to creep out here, then I've got a problem. It must just, nice, smart.
But to a point, Jana Monet did that to me as well in the music video. She lifted up her arms and I saw too much hair. It's like, okay, everything was fine. Put your
We were
arms
okay.
down.
That's wild. I think I saw that picture.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it was. We aren't used to such.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
we
you ever had
shouldn't
that
be
moment
against
with
it, but we
people?
aren't used to such.
have I had that moment? Okay, wait, like it's a weird moment, or it's like where you
Yeah, like when you see your crush and
somebody?
then they do something, it's like,
Okay, there is somebody in SA you know about them. I can't mention them by name. I'm very sorry, but I met them. Actually, no. I met them, but in a not necessarily like I met them directly.
Yeah.
We were working in the same space,
Yeah,
and I watched how they interacted with everybody else, and oh my gosh, it was terrible.
just
Like they're
not kind.
they're
kind of
not
people.
they're a terrible human,
Mm.
and it's like that's not necessary. So it's a bad look. So now you go from being at like a 15 to being like, okay, you don't actually
You
matter.
don't exist.
Like so that's what happened. Like it was just like, oh snap, this is who you are in real life.
yeah, that must suck if seeing them
Oh
up close. Like that.
damn. Yeah. That was my whole experience, and it sucks to be honest. Like it would have been fine if we kept it like as a distant crush on digital or magazine. But I met them, and then I was like, no, that's horrible. Like, you're a horrible human.
Yeah.
So it's very. I don't see her the same now.
Now you want to go, you know what? You were pretty.
You were.
I'm done with you. I have magazines of you. I'm burning them tonight.
That's one of my crushes. When he said that he's atheist, I was like, oh,
Ooh, hectic.
okay.
You know, it's crazy how spiritual African women tend to be. So I asked the question on Instagram, and the question was, what first date questions do you hate answering? And on the flip side, what first date questions do you hate asking? Someone responded saying, I have to ask, as much as I don't like to, I have to ask, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and
I
Savior?
saw that.
That's hard.
In my head,
That's
as
hard.
saved as I am, if you were to ask me, I'm leaving. Like, what?
Why? Why would you leave? Because now you know that we are. It's either
No,
we're together
guys.
or we are.
That's the first question. That's the date. That's the question on the first date.
I'd rather the first date than during and then now.
Oh, I guess that's how you package the question. You can't come. So, have you accepted Jesus?
Because then you're about to say, okay, lift
Timing.
up your hands. Let me quickly
let
run you
me
by a
sort
prayer.
this out so that we
Let's just sort
tick
this
the
out
box.
You're ticking off all the right boxes, but we need to pray.
Can we pray?
The way I run, I get it. At the core, I get it. But I run it as, what's your relationship with God? That's how I run it. And usually it'll come up in a, if we need to, because I pray before we eat. I do that on the first date. And I intentionally do it.
Well, that's a win because women will go,
Exactly.
man of God.
Man of God.
I like that. Do that again.
So
No,
we pray.
not all of them, hey? No.
Yeah. So we're praying. And then after we pray, if I get a, do you pray every
So you
time?
do that all the time?
Now that's what I'm going. Yeah, I do. Then it's so what's your relationship with God like? That's what I want to know.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Because then why would you go, if you're cool? If you're
Yeah,
good.
if you
if
do
you're in the
this
big
way,
man,
on
if
a
you and the
date-
big man are good, you're not me.
Yeah.
You're not going, do you pray every time?
I feel like in that
Is
moment.
this going to be a...
Every time, see?
Are we going to...
I feel like in that moment, that's where you like leverage the power. Going, you like that, don't you? Right. So you pay for the bill.
let me tell you a move, right? Okay, you don't need to know this, but some viewers need to know this one. If you can do the whole like order and everything without her having to look at the menu and you order like proper, that's like wouldn't you like that though? Because she's sitting here actually.
Wait, so I just had to... hey?
So off conversation before, you kind of pick up on what she likes. Because you talk
Yeah.
about like, yo, I like seafood, I like whatever. Then you go to a seafood restaurant and then you order a bunch of things on the table. You don't order one dish.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one. You order a bunch of things on the table. That's why we say 2.5 a date. Come on now. You order a bunch of things on the table, right? And then she doesn't have to look at the menu. You know what I'm saying? You're creating that convenience that I got you.
Boy, that
That's-
50 Shades of Grey kind of thing. Boy.
You guys are putting unnecessary pressure on the world. I'm going to stand up for them and go, guys, you're too much. You saw what you did on Instagram. Stop it now.
No, but it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. When a guy just... And he takes over like properly. Not in a uncomfortable, stupid kind of way. But like, just like, I got this. And he really has... Ooh, boy.
I don't think that would work in the world of Gen Zs.
Which one's that one?
The kids, because they go, oh, now you're taking away my choices. So I can't think for myself?
So I can't order for myself? What if I wanted... Yeah, no.
Yeah, friend, we're there. He's ordering for me. Imagine.
How dare he? You know what? Unfollow. What? What? Why? What did that do?
What does that have to do with...
I don't know. Gen Z does that like it's going to do something. You know what? We're all going to unfollow him.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's
Still going to
definitely
work
a thing.
tomorrow.
You know what irks me, like to my core, like it really grates on my G-string. It's how
You
we
need to go to the doctor for that.
listen. Stop it! Can I just get back to my story now? Thank you. Oh my gosh, freaking. Okay, what was I saying now? Oh, no, I wasn't saying G-string. Well, I was. It really does. If there's something that really irks me, it's people who can't talk outside of the clock app or whatever. So everything how they converse is one of the songs. It's the trending, you know.
Wow,
and then
got you.
it's in the conversation, and I'm like,
Yeah.
now why are we saying welele every 2 seconds? Why are we doing that? No, I seriously want to like vacate. I want to vacate the room because now it's welele, and then what's that other one of no
Chile.
Yeah, I get that. I can see
And
that.
then
Yeah,
every
they
2
say-
seconds, and then we are no man. Like we can't even talk. We
see.
can't. No, freaking hell.
They call it talking TikTok or something like that.
Exactly.
Like when you
Oh,
speak social
really?
media.
It's a thing.
Oh, that's an actual thing.
Yes, it's an actual. What she's saying
Yeah.
is an actual
Oh,
thing.
irks.
Is that our generation though doing that?
Yes, my brother.
Oh,
it
yeah?
is. So when
that's
Oh yeah.
so when content goes viral and it has a word or a term or saying that goes then into, let's go, caption form, or tweet form, or should we say X form.
That's still.
So when it goes into that form, then it becomes like part of, you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes how they speak, how then
No, guys.
Like,
a certain
stop.
group of people speak like that.
No, stop.
No, that's weird.
Yeah,
Stop.
it's a real thing.
That's weird.
It's
I
dumb.
actually, it's something like when I'm interacting with a female, I look out for that. Like, no, I really do. Like,
That's
don't-
we're in the conversation, though.
yes.
Yeah, I hope
Like
so.
if you're speaking social media the whole time, no. It's funny. It's cool when you do it because it's a joke moment. Like it's a humorous moment and that ties into this moment.
Yeah.
But the whole time,
Yeah.
even when we're speaking about politics,
Yeah.
you wanna go, yeah, ay, cereal, welele.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. I would probably log out immediately. Like,
Yeah.
you've been a great audience. I'm done. Okay, let's quickly do the serious things. Joburg fire, 74 people dead.
That's hectic.
Correct me if
What
I'm wrong.
happened?
That's the information I have right now. There's probably an update because that just happened like last night at 1 a.m. Wednesday night, 1 a.m. There's a fire in one of the buildings in Joburg CBD.
Yeah.
I don't know what the cause of the fire is. I was trying to find the articles. Who has the answer for that? No one has the answer so far. But it seems like because the building is a dilapidated building.
Yes.
Inside that building, there are shacks. There's divisions within apartments.
Wait, what?
So
Yes.
it's bad. It's one of those buildings in is it CBD? Joburg CBD.
Yeah.
So,
Marshalltown, I think.
And I don't like to say it like this, but that's the one thing I hate about the news because they pushing the fact that there's foreign
foreigners.
nationals in the
Yeah.
building,
Yeah.
and in a place where there's supposed to be 2 people, there's 10. Such as South Africa. Forget
Yeah.
that you go to
Yeah.
a township.
Yes.
There's a
Yes,
family
for
with
sure.
10 people in the building, 10
sure.
people in the room. So it's like
Yeah.
weird to go with that slant. But anyway, they said there was a fire broke out 1 a.m. People started screaming. Buildings across could hear something's wrong. Security guards came to try help as much as they could. They said the fire brigade came as soon as they can, but however, 74 people died. There were people. The gate where people tried to escape was locked, and so
Sure.
people died at the gates. They were trying to get out. The last thing I saw just before we got to studio, I was watching the latest update. They were still pulling bodies out of the building. So I was
Yo.
like, that is hectic.
That's hectic.
Then they interviewed one South African, and he's like, he lived near where that Joburg gas explosion happened.
Yeah, the gas explosion.
And he's like, he had to leave because he felt unsafe. Now he moved to a building right next to where the fire was out. It's like, I have to move again.
Yo,
I'm like, that's
crazy.
is hectic.
But the thing is, it's not the first time this happened.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the buildings, with these buildings. And we need to pick like a side. Like, are the buildings existing? Are the buildings existing and we letting people just kind of do whatever? Or are we taking back the buildings and actually constructing whatever the case is?
Yeah.
Right? Because in the situation that it's in right now, this could happen again.
Yeah.
Like, because there's so many of these
Yeah.
that are just
Yeah.
left like that.
Yeah.
You know, and the crazy thing is that it's not that they don't have owners,
Yes.
right? They have people that own these buildings and they've just neglected it because they don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But also at the same time, I do understand where the government also comes in as well. The government plays a role in that aspect as well because the laws around, damn, I forgot this English term, where essentially people come live at a place, and if they live at a place long enough, essentially now you can't just throw them out.
Yeah.
Type of
Yeah.
conversation. That law is pretty hectic in these type of situations.
Yeah.
Because now you own a building and people have come in.
Okay, but wait. So
Yeah.
the one thing they did add, they said it was a hijacked building. I still don't like that. Like when you say hijacked, you telling me our whole security defense force can't do anything. When you use the word hijack a building, are we that useless as a country when it comes to security being a national need? We can't even sort that out.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, laws around squatter camp or squattering, something
Yeah.
like that. There's a word I'm looking for.
Let me ask you guys
can't
this,
find
and I want to know how you guys feel in the comments. And this is not, I guess there's no choice, but you have to kind of connect to xenophobia and whatever. But I feel like as Africans, we tend to want to help each other. That should, probably us as South Africans, we're the least helpful across Africa.
Wow.
I really think that. I don't think we're as helpful
That's
as
hectic.
you go to another country, they like yo, what do you need? We got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even it's even in the small stuff. The
Actually,
times I get the
I
privilege
hear
to
you.
travel, it's like, oh, you're helping me for something I didn't ask for. And
Yeah.
I'm usually like very independent. I don't want help. Just put me there, get me to the hotel. I'll do everything myself. I'll walk around. I'll explore the place. But just when they see me do that, they go, no, wait, don't. Let me help you.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. We go, oh yeah, you cool? I'm out. And I wonder, do we need to somehow bring that culture like back in and like enforce that? Like, this is who we are as Africans. We're helpful. You see a problem, you are the solution. Not don't wait for the government. You do something. And I'm saying that because you see that happen everywhere else, but here. And I get, yes, we're all frustrated. Things aren't working. Yes, there's things going wrong, but that's such as life. Things go wrong, but you got to still help each other.
Yeah.
Like, what's the solution to that?
I think we extremely tribalistic in South Africa, and I'm not really sure why we are that way. But if you are in KZN, you should at least speak isiZulu, for you to get the help that you need. Now you go there as a Sotho-speaking person, and you're like, Dumelang, and we're just not about that. So what more somebody that comes outside of South Africa, they aren't willing to help them in any way. That's black on black. But now if you go there and you're a white person and you go to KZN and you're like, Sawubona Baba, and that's all you can say. You can say Sawubona Baba. They will come running. At least Lumlungulo is trying, that kind of thing. And then they help out. I'm not too sure where the disconnect comes in when it comes to black on black. It doesn't matter where you're from. Let's just help. They need help, and we help because we've got a culture of that. Somebody has a birthday, a wedding, something, and we all come together. And I bring an onion, you bring a cabbage, you bring a whatever. That's how we used to be. I think this culture of the high walls that you find in the burbs that we've now adapted in our everyday lives is just gone too far, and we just refuse to help everybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, would we not be at a better place if we became that helpful? I understand being helpful kind of to some degree disadvantages you, but in the long run, it's going to return back. You're going to get that help back somewhere.
I think maybe the change comes from a safety conversation, right? When you're now dealing with, maybe let's talk about safety in terms of like theft-wise. You're talking about kidnapping. You're talking about, like that type of activity.
Yeah.
Where when somebody extends themselves, that gets used in a negative.
Yeah.
Then maybe like a lot more people, not even because they've put in that situation, but because they hear a friend or a friend saying, yo, and then it's like, okay, maybe let me not either.
I get that.
So you kind of want to take it back to say, if you can ensure that, like in the countries you're talking about, like even if you help somebody or approach somebody or ask for help, there isn't that situation. It's like a small percentage, in most countries in Africa. There are very few that have that energy that I'm talking about, So maybe that's the chat.
Yeah.
By actual fact. Well, safety chat as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because now I've seen people who have moved overseas and they're just like taking clips.
Wait, pause your thought. Are we good, guys? We're still rolling. Is there anything recording?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, cool. Sorry, please continue.
Okay, so just people, women in particular, who've moved overseas and they're just taking, videos, clips or whatever of them touring around whatever city. And the first question is always, are you safe? Like, why is your phone out just all willy-nilly in the streets? It's not something you can do in South Africa. So if you identify somebody who's from Nigeria, already you in your mind, it's a swindler. I can't trust this person. I can't stand it. I always, the shops, where it's a tuck shop and it's a Somalian-run tuck shop. I really don't care. for me, I will never call that person my friend because now all of them are my friend. And I feel that is in some way derogatory, you know?
Yes.
So I'm like, hi, how are you? My name is Ellen. What's your name? Oh, your name is Mohammed. Okay, Mohammed. And from now on, you are Mohammed. That is how you are a person, you know?
Yeah. Sure.
So that they can also feel safe in South Africa because he knows that that person knows my name. So I'm going to go to her for help.
That's really good.
So it comes from where we are in South Africa. You can't just whip out your phone and start shooting in the middle of nowhere because somebody's going to grab it, you know. So it's a wonder for us when we go outside and you can walk around at night and you can have your phone out in public and all of that stuff. I mean, the entire world is not safe, but it's definitely safer than South Africa. So from a safety aspect, yes.
Yeah.
You know, we
I think
have to look out for
safety
ourselves.
influences that.
Yeah.
That aspect.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier when you feel safe to do those things.
100%. In line with this conversation, I feel like the one thing that I'm really enjoying is reading the news on Gabon. I don't know if you guys have read the coup. So the president, the president's, okay, maybe I should say it like this. The president's family has been in power since 1967. The son took over as president in 2009.
Okay.
They had elections last week. And ironically, for those who don't know, on election day, they shut down the internet. On the ballot papers, there was only one name. They removed all the candidates. So there can be only one winner. So they formed a coup. And the coups took over. There's a really new leader. I forgot the guy's name. These guys owned, they said, I think they said 6 Ferraris, a Bugatti in France, 70 bank accounts, 39 apartments, one family. So I guess the people were like, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And now there's a coup. This is where my one thing. Okay, maybe I should say this. One thing I love is, okay, there's a takeover happening, and young people are saying, okay, we can't be playing this game anymore of family run government. Love that. The thing I hate is how it is told over the news. And once again, you always got to like see who the news publication is first before to understand their agenda. Yeah. So BBC would say, BBC, that's what I saw, and I don't really care if you're calling them out. BBC was like, it seems like in Africa, every day is another coup. Like, why are you saying it like that?
Yeah.
Why are you not understanding what the actual problem is? Because they said, I wonder who's next.
As
It's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, as if what is being done is
wrong.
negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
They make it sound like this is
There's a
bad
reason
or
why.
there's no
Yeah.
order here. Like, no, there's corruption, and now finally there are younger leaders saying, okay, we can't do this anymore, and if they're not listening, we'll do it by force.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been saying, which is beautiful because it happened in Niger recently. There was another one before that.
Burkina Faso.
And people are now saying Cameroon is next because the president is 90. He's also been president forever. And it's like, okay, we're finally getting to the place where...
Yeah, there must be a cap, man. 90, why are you president at 90, bro?
What can you do at 90?
You're dealing with so many health issues that you shouldn't be president.
I don't even trust
Yeah,
matured people who drive.
Yeah.
How are you leading a country?
Yeah.
I'm already like, and that's not to say anything like negative about people that are 90, but the reality of it is that you're not like 100%.
Yeah.
And like already just that, let alone having to constructively direct
Yeah.
situations or whatever. I mean, like already at 70 something, bro, you need to be clocked out.
Guys, I'm tired now.
Yeah.
I am tired now. Right now. I don't want to be doing anything. One wrong move. I actually sat down this week and I couldn't get up. I sat down in front of the heater and I just couldn't get up.
That's funny. There's this clip on TikTok with this like probably like a 2000 or whatever. She's like, she comes on. She goes, my 90s, lebeang, hobeang mulala, king hobeting. Your shoulder, is it your back? I love
The disrespect.
I think I saw that on Twitter, but it's a clip from TikTok. And I replied to that video and I said my left shoulder.
Oh, no. I feel like...
Kevin Hart went through the same thing.
Yeah, recently.
Exactly.
What happened recently to Kevin Hart?
He was racing against a friend, so it was just a sprint. Running. Just a full out sprint.
Yeah.
And he messed up his back in such a way he's in a wheelchair. And he's like 43 and up. Respect. Guys, I sat down
And that guy trains every day.
every day. He is fit.
What?
There's nothing wrong. It's just that age will tell you that, okay, you see now here, I am the boss. Like the weirdest stuff happens. No, it's not.
I don't want that.
I feel like
What do you mean you don't want it? It's coming.
I,
It's coming, bruh.
I
You
don't
just
want
DJ wake up and it's a problem.
I feel like that might be a good segment to ask. How old are you? Describe it using an issue in your life. Because no,
I mean, we're adulting for real, like in real time.
yeah, no,
In
it's
real
hectic.
time.
Another thing that this news anchor said was, I wrote it down as I read it. Like, she said, "These coups seem to be contagious."
Wow. Why you?
BBC.
They
you know
paid.
Do you know what's interesting about like news outlets? When you watch, damn, I forgot the show. There's a specific show about the owner or owners of CNN, but specifically one of the executives.
Is it not Succession?
No, not Succession. One of the executives who had a lot of sexual assault or sexual misconduct cases.
Yeah. On Apple TV. Good
I
Morning
was-
America or something.
I watched it on DSTV.
Okay.
They had it running there for a bit, but this is maybe like a year or two back,
Yeah.
if not further. Like it's not like now, but it was so interesting because it was also based on. It was like running parallel with the CNN story.
Yeah.
Type of thing, because that guy was. Oh yeah. Sorry. Could be Could be
Jennifer Aniston
No.
and-
You said Good Morning
America.
America. Yes, it could be that actually, just for correction wise. But you kind of could see how they write the news. That's kind of my point, and I'm not shying away from the actual case that they were actually, because that guy went to jail. Just by the way. But you could see how they write the news and how the news is manipulated. Because even that wording is very specific. You can hear it. It's not a.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it contagious? What the hell do you mean
Yeah.
contagious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're running the narrative that like, things in Africa are
Just
contagious.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But maybe it's also because of what's happening with the BRICS thing. I think it's put a lot of the first world countries in fear. Like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And which is like, okay, this is beautiful. We're slowly leveling the playing ground, but we know the media's gonna go. How do we make them sound terrible so that when we do declare war, it's justifiable?
Yeah, I just want to make it known that when Africa was struggling for the years that it's been struggling, no one said anything on TikTok, on Instagram, nobody came up viral. Shout out to the people that were saying whatever, but like the viral aspect that's going on right now, it was like, you guys need to wake up. The BRICS are here. Da da da. You are not saying that when America was invading Somalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Because I get what's happening and where America, the position, that America is going to be in. I get it.
Yeah.
For the people, for the normal people. I get it. But nobody was saying anything. When we were going through the struggles that we were going through, when Zimbabwe was going through what it was going through, nobody was saying anything. All of a sudden now,
Yeah.
niggas want
Yeah.
to say something.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Let's not do that. Unless we speak about it in its entirety
Yeah.
to say why it's happening. Then we talk about what is happening.
Yeah.
Those are two different things.
Yeah.
I think in one of our one day in before you we need to bring like a news journalist, and it would be actually interesting to have a news journalist who can have fun with us but also educate, because I feel like I think we also need to get education on why they say things the way they say it. There's always an agenda. It's never just telling the story for what it is.
Yeah.
We have to say it this way because
But
when we
it's
say it this way
journalism,
over the
I
next
guess.
5 years, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I guess it's journalism, propaganda,
100%.
right? Yeah.
More in Africa. Egypt is building a man-made river that will help grow the agriculture by 30%. I don't have the specs of the river, but they say it's going to be from
Hella
the
long
so
and hella
it's-
wide.
Exactly. It's not the Nile, but
Hella long
Close.
and hella wide.
for those who don't know, the Sahara Desert wasn't a desert many centuries ago.
Okay.
It was actually a very fruitful land.
Oh, interesting. How
And
did it
then-
become a
And
desert?
then?
I guess climate change and I don't know whatever else impacted that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like interesting to hear that. Oh, let's build a river through the desert.
Yeah. I think what they're doing is really dope. And it's
Egypt is cooking. They've been doing things.
but they taking the playbook from
Dubai, UAE.
the UAE. UAE is like Do we need it? Yes. Let's make it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. How much will it cost to make it?
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like when I said when I went to Valencia, and there's a river that kind of died out, that they turned that whole the whole river, not river bank, I think it is a river bank, river bed. Yes, the whole thing they turned it into a park, and then they created a man-made river because the actual river that they needed died out.
Yeah.
Then they obviously like killed it, created this thing. Then they created a new river to continue what it was doing, the original one. You get what I'm saying? So it's possible. Do we want to?
Yeah.
Another question.
South Africa, alive with possibilities.
You see what?
So many possibilities.
I think somewhere in the Arab nations, they building a like a whole new city through the desert.
Yeah.
Which, when you
yes,
look
I
at
saw
how
the
it's
photos.
mapped, I think it's Saudi Arabia, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. It might be.
Saudi Arabia and Egypt, they're both doing that.
Right? And it might, what it literally does, it also connects it. You know that thing when you look at the map, like, you know, when you're driving to Sun City, there's this part of that road where there's nothing.
Yeah.
And then you get into like that that
Yeah.
part of Northwest, right? Or Rustenburg, essentially. It's almost like, how do we bring everything closer to that land so that we can build other stuff? Because we got to do it slowly. We got to build something here, then build something there, then build something there, then
Yeah.
kind of build it like a puzzle.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, let's shoot straight through, and then we'll add on once we're done.
Yeah.
Literally, because when I saw it from the top view, I said, this is smart.
Yeah.
It's very smart.
I love visionaries like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's never going to make sense to the ordinary person, but like the person who sees it's like, I love those people.
But the money.
No,
Sauda.
Africa,
Sauda.
once again, we're at a place where we can see money's never been the problem in Africa. It's just been mismanagement and bad leadership. That's all.
Really, money's
No
never been-
visionaries.
They gave us 4 billion, it disappeared. Money has never been the issue.
China really gave us money. That money's probably gone.
For
just off the
for
bricks.
load shedding.
Yes.
I laughed.
I just and ironically, we're reading on Gabon's thing. It said on the screen, it said stage 4 blackouts.
Yeah.
While you're reading about the coup.
Yeah.
Stage flow back. Yeah. Man, terrible.
It's irritating how they announce it though. Like it was stage 2, and then I think this morning they were like, scratch that, we still on stage 4.
Yeah, backspace,
I'm like,
backspace.
Backspace.
Why are we so comfortable? You know?
I like the humor of the guys that run that app. They go, it's another week and another schedule of load shedding.
Like, who's the copywriter? Why are they paying you to write like this? Okay, we gotta run. Noah Lyles, who's now the fastest person in the world, he spoke at a press conference.
Backspace.
Noah
What?
Lyles, athlete.
He beat Usain Bolt.
No, he didn't beat the record, but because Usain's retired, among the people,
So now he becomes.
he's now the fastest
Got you.
person. So he won recently.
I'm waiting for that moment. I need to be alive for when somebody breaks Usain Bolt's record.
Okay, so
That-
he hasn't broken his.
He hasn't
record.
broken that record
Okay.
yet.
No.
But he's the champion now.
Yeah.
He's at the press
I understand
conference
it.
and he referred to NBA, and NBA is very upset. The NBA players are very upset. He's like, they call themselves the world champions. The world champions of what? Because here you're racing against the world. In the NBA, it's just you guys there. And NBA was like, this is disrespectful.
No,
but he was
that's-
telling the truth. Like,
No, that's
NBA
rude.
is the
No,
national.
No, that's rude, my brother.
You think it was rude?
Those are, no,
I want to know what you
Why,
guys
how,
think about
how?
that.
No.
Because I think that is brilliant. Like you
No.
you call yourselves the world champions. World champions of what?
Okay,
Sorry,
let's
sorry,
go.
Sorry.
No,
Before you have your answer, remember NBA stands for the national basketball.
I get it. I get where he's coming from. But we also do have the Olympics,
but
Okay.
where it's countries.
but he was not talking about Team USA.
I didn't say he was talking about Team USA.
You're talking about NBA.
He's talking about the
That's
NBA. So,
just-
like for example, who won the last season? A team that we don't care about.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that in the Olympics, you get to see the USA team versus
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
And they beat everybody.
Yeah.
Because
So therefore,
because
We
they
are
have
now-
they have the best basketball athletes.
100%. No one was saying. No one was denying that.
What are we saying?
But to a degree, he's right in saying, "Yo, here we competing against the world in this championship that we just came out of." When you guys in the NBA say we are the world champions, you can't be world champions if it's the national basketball. It's in the name.
Okay.
The National Football Association. It's in the name. And then they say we are the
I
world
get it.
champions.
Is that thing America does? I get it.
Yeah,
America
like-
says this is the best mic in the world.
Yes.
And then we
Yes.
all follow.
And
Yeah.
then it's apparently the best mic in the world when it's only made in America.
And then
sold
all the
in-
NBA players came in the comments. They were mad. Even Drake came like, this man looked in the mirror thinking this speech is gonna work. Sorry, he was right. The guy is right. He's got a point.
After school is after school.
After
That's
school
how
is
you
after
solve
school.
it. You say after school is after school. Let's race.
Yeah.
I give you the fastest. Let's race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was, I mean, I don't know why that was a speech. I think, by the way, he also has a bit of a name in America. People have known him before he became champion just now. So maybe he's quite gassed up.
He's from America?
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He's from America. It would be worse if he was from another country.
True, you're
So
right.
He'll be fine. He'll meet the guys and explain himself and then
Yeah,
go share his
yeah.
content.
LeBron's probably going to invite him on the shop.
Yeah.
Explain what you
Explain
said.
what you said. So he's gonna go. So this guy said that, yeah.
Curated.
Now
All
he'll be
curated.
fine. He'll be fine. It's like, so wait. So him and Carrie Robertson, Shikari
Richardson.
So they're the fastest from America. Same
Yeah,
time.
it's like, aren't you guys obese? Aren't you? Sorry. But they are obese though.
You mean the nation
Not the
or them?
athletes, the nation.
I'm not even comfortable in saying that the nation is.
Okay,
it
but
wasn't
that's
me.
facts.
Also,
That's
also,
stats.
also,
That's
side
on
note,
stats,
also
so.
side note
It
though.
doesn't
Remember,
matter.
America's got like, I think 300 million people last I checked. For them to be, so of course they're the most
I need to
obese
be careful.
nation.
I need a visa application from these
Exactly,
guys.
thank you.
Let me start talking.
Watch out.
What's scary is they are on the world rankings of the most obese nation. But South Africa, with only 60 million people, come third. Which is
Yes.
weird.
Yes.
Like,
If you look around, yeah, we fit.
But we're right. We are
No,
fine.
no.
If a Zulu man says, Istufuza Sam, I'm eating all of the pap and the stump and the everything because I want to be his
But
Tufuza.
it doesn't change the fact.
Okay.
It doesn't change
Okay.
the fact that medically, you are obese, man.
Are we dying for that? Are we dying through that? Is that killing us in South? Have you ever seen a black South African person who is jolly?
Yes, jolly.
is that what you call it? Is that how you did
We
it?
are jolly. We are jolly people.
That's good slang.
We are jolly.
I know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We don't care.
But
We don't
it's-
care.
What is it? It's high cholesterol. It's diabetes.
And South Africa is just a bad diet.
That's guys. No, man. No. It's not our problem. We don't
So
die
you don't
from
think it's
that.
a problem?
It definitely is a problem. I know how it is a problem, but South Africa
In
as
South
a
Africa,
whole,
it's not a problem.
we don't care. Like I said, if a Zulu man
Who's
has
the
to
second?
say
I forgot who the second one is. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like India.
India, now you're just reaching. Now you're reaching.
I would not be surprised.
No way.
I forgot who came second.
No ways. No, not
India.
India. Not India.
Nah,
Not
dude,
India.
they eat rice all the time.
What do
They
you think?
only-
Rice
they
is
only-
starch.
doesn't
They only eat
justify.
spice. Okay, cool. But they only they
If you're talking
spicy
about
nation.
cholesterol and heart issues, then you can say India. Because then it's
I
a
didn't say that,
generic,
guys.
it's a genetic
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
But you're not talking about obese now. No, it's not India. No.
Was it not India? I don't know who would come second to America. I forgot.
All that
Okay.
matters is that
Next
number
week
one.
you need to give us that information. Who's second? If we're third, who is
We have-
second?
Which is embarrassing.
We
Third, and
seriously
we 60
third.
million people. They 300 million people. How are we third? We're not even the most populated nation
In terms of
in the
numbers, I
continent.
suppose it makes sense. But I mean, that's not that.
But okay, yeah, it's tricky.
There was a guy that said he liked back rolls.
Okay, guys, we're moving on. I don't,
I could get into that, but
guys, I don't know what's
I
going on.
won't.
This is spring day, and you can see these people are out of control. Yo. Okay.
Yeah.
Ace Magashule starts his own party.
Good luck.
This is what annoys me. I don't know, was it briefing? I don't know what he had yesterday.
Oh,
He started his own party. I forgot what the name is called. Please
Act.
put
It
in the
doesn't
comments.
matter at this
It's called
stage.
act.
It doesn't matter.
Called Act.
Yes.
Listen,
Don't ask me what
at
it-
this
what it's called
stage.
act.
It doesn't matter. There's too many parties and nobody cares about them.
This is the one, the very stupid thing he says. He basically says, I was there during Winnie's thing. I saw what they did to Julius. I saw what they did to Zuma. Zuma was trying to, what's the word? Can I say disestablish? I'm trying to figure out the right
what
word.
Zuma was trying to do was reestablish.
Go
a new
against the white.
system.
He said
Cool.
they said white. He said white monopoly capital. That's what he's trying to go against.
Yes.
And then he said then Cyril screwed it all up,
And put
and
it back
now
together, yes.
yeah. So only now. So you saw the mission, and only now you want to say something. You're an idiot. Where's your son to correct you? I feel like that's where we're at as a generation. Like
That's
the
how I
fathers
feel.
aren't doing what they're supposed to do now. Get your children to speak for you because you guys are idiots.
Nah, that's how I feel about it.
Oh man, that was.
Nah, ain't nobody got time for that.
And it's like we're months away now from election day. It's happening next year.
What are we voting for, guys? It's bad.
You can vote for me.
To do what?
Did you-
Exactly.
I even went low. I went.
I
went to
heard
low
that,
just for
but
you.
to trust you to do what?
Have you ever
What?
like thought about being president?
I've thought about being an advisor. Not. I don't think I want to be in that position. Also, my accent just people go
What do you mean?
I don't think people want to hear this
There's
accent.
Musi Maimoni,
My money.
No.
the People's Bay. Well, he's not
First of all,
the
there's something.
People's
There's
Bay,
something
but
that seems
next-
and Musi, you're welcome to come here. But there's something that seems inauthentic about him. Whenever he's on camera, it's like I can't. I don't know if anyone buys into it. It's like something's fake about it.
But he went to, was it 702 or was it 947?
Yeah.
When he did the whole Hiberi, he must have fit in somewhere with the black people. Did he not like gain some points?
He hired an 18-year-old, and the 18-year-old said, "Use these words."
Say Hibiri.
If you say Hiberi.
But that's what I'm saying. Like every time you hear him speak, like no, something's not right.
But
That's
he's
not you.
He's also married to a white woman, so it's
What do you
tricky.
expect, bruh? What
It
do you
is.
what do you
It's
want?
tricky.
Actually,
It's
from
tricky
him?
for him to remain. Because like I get it. Like when you're around, you know, when you're around like white people a lot. I mean, I had a white best friend in high school, and now it's like I probably have like one or two. I encounter white people like in the boardrooms.
You were
It's
just looking
different.
to shed off.
It's different, huh?
Were you looking to shed off that
No,
Caucasianness?
No, I'm just
What
saying.
was it?
No, I'm just saying. Like that's just like when you that interaction. It's the reason why people say people say I speak English like a white person, right?
It's
Right.
true.
So some people over the phone like
No, I'm not saying it's true that he speaks like. I'm just saying that you become,
no for real.
one of the people that you spend time with.
The core of what I'm saying. Remember, I said Musi Mamani's wife is
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine, like, he's not at home saying, "Ish, baby, taba tsa kajeko.
Yeah, he's not exactly.
Kajeko kajeko ke bone dilo."
Which would be
Yeah.
hilarious, by the way. But
Yeah, kajeko bona ba mpontse
Yeah.
dilo. Mara le nna ke ba bontshitse. Ke rile, yeah. He doesn't do that. He's got to come home and be like, "Yo, babe, today was really a hectic day." So what happened is,
I've never thought about what happens at home. What's that conversation look like?
yeah.
But that's the thing. And you
My
know
love,
what?
can you imagine? Zuma walks in, and the people, they had the audacity.
The audacity. Now you talk.
Guys, this is
know
a
what?
weird episode. These guys are very rude.
I need to have more input when it comes to the NBA. So if there's any man out there that is basketball inclined, please date me, because I know about soccer, I know about rugby, I know about cricket because of the men that I've dated, right? You become. I want to know about the NBA. Therefore, let's get it. The problem with the NBA people is that it's all the screw, tired.
Tinder
bored.
bio updated.
Which one is that one? We're not screw.
We're not, but
Hey.
we are well-educated blacks.
Very well educated. Me, I tell people my English. My mother paid a lot of money for this English that I speak.
So did man. I just want somebody. I want a black man
Yes.
who can teach me about NBA.
All right.
Thank you.
You heard it for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Understand?
You understand?
Okay, last 2 points, wrapping this up.
Wait, sorry. Before you go, because you're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
World Cup, Women's World Cup, Spain win.
Oh yes, the coach.
Did you see what not the coach, man. The president of the Spanish football.
I thought they
Association.
called the coach the president because I was like, is that they kept using the word president? I thought, oh, it's
No,
probably
no.
interlinked.
Preza.
No, it's
There's
the
a
president
different
of the Spanish
Presa.
football
Oh, okay.
association.
The guy who kissed the player.
Yeah, bro.
I thought he was the coach.
Yeah.
That was out of pocket. Firstly, the
weird.
kiss itself was out of pocket. Then, if you watch the footage in context, that man got a little bit too happy.
Yeah.
He was picking up the women, and I'm like, what is he doing? But I think what was wild was the fact that they opened a lawsuit against the lady to say that she's made false allegations. So she's capping for saying that she didn't give consent. That's what they said. I was like,
Is the case still happening, or they've decided?
they've suspended him.
Oh, good.
Now, that's the most recent one because that made absolutely no sense.
Did he retract his? Did
No,
he
no.
apologize? Anything?
He's standing upon the fact that it was consensual.
Njani, Nini,
How?
when? When do I say yes? Hug me.
I'm
hold
like,
me.
when
pick
you're
me up,
watching that
daddy.
clip in the
Why? Guys,
Again,
I have
that
no
is
idea what's happening.
That
today.
is the consent that they're looking for. I get when I say yes,
Hold
pick me
me,
up,
daddy.
daddy. Hoa. What else? What other consent do you want? At which time? Because you're going down a line, right? I'm assuming that now you're going down the line. With men, it's a handshake. Well done, boy. Well done, boy.
Yes,
Well done.
yes.
Me now, why must you pick me up? Why must you pick
Dude,
me
he
up?
was picking them up and doing this. Like, do you know how degrading and condescending that is? That is so condescending.
That's weird.
And then, so essentially for him, like if you kind of really like in depth translate it, it was like it's just a bunch of women. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's not like these individuals that work so hard to win a World Cup.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like it's not that. It's the fact that it's just women.
It's the reason why we don't get paid what we deserve to be paid. We aren't let into the rooms that we deserve to be, seated in. It's all of that. And then now, in the moment, I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody that says, "Oh, but look at her. She was smiling a little bit." Because in that moment, as a woman, you freeze. And I've had this conversation. I've been in conversations like this before, where somebody is manhandling you. Pardon the pun. In some way. I really didn't mean that. It's late. They're manhandling you in some way, right? And you freeze. And you're trying not to, because that's what we're taught to do. We aren't allowed to make a scene. Don't scream, don't whatever. Don't cause like a fuss. So now she's like, but you have frozen in the moment. So you can't really look at that and say that, oh, okay, but she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or she gave consent because look at her face. She's fine.
Yes.
At which point, show me a man that he picked up and said, good boy, well done. You guys did, the country proud or whatever. That is absolute bull crap. And yay for him being suspended. He was suspended.
Yeah, so
Right.
there's some action against him now.
Yeah.
As the timeline's going. I think he's suspended right now to the last of my knowledge.
But even better for her laying charges because
Do you know
nonsense.
So what also popped up was she goes live in the changing room. Obviously, excited.
Yeah.
She goes live. Somebody one of the other ladies, of course, was like, I saw homie kiss you. What's up with that? Like, she's like, bro, that was weird. So they have this moment where they're talking, but it's on the live. So somebody, obviously, when people go live, when celebrities go live now, somebody screen records. There's somebody screen recording, just in case something happens. So somebody screen recorded that and then posted that to say, this is the conversation they were having in the locker room because he was being some type of with each one because he was kissing some and whatever. But it was just weird. Like it really was. Like it was giving, you're being weird, bro.
Yeah.
And you need to like.
Predator type stuff.
It was giving predator type stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and worst of all for me, it's like, because I commented on some of the clips and I was like, does anybody not see anything weird about this? Like, he's too comfortable in doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
crazy.
It's really crazy.
Second last point, sorry. UK records their first womb transplant ever. This has never happened. This is the first time in the world. Which might be interesting because for the younger ladies who are saying straight they don't want to have kids, they could, in my head, and correct me where I'm wrong, especially if you're in the medical world, you'll probably have more information. Younger people who don't want to have kids can probably now sell their womb, is what I'm foreseeing in the years to come.
Yeah, that's hectic.
Because that's how people donate. If people like you donate your liver, your kidney, whatever, I think that's going to be the same thing now because there's a lot of women who can't who can't have kids or can't give birth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see people going, oh yeah, I'll give you my womb for $1 million. I can see that happening in the next 5-10 years. Once they do the next womb transplant and the next one, they figured it out now. I mean, they got the first one right, but now it's going to become world medical knowledge now. So someone's going to say we can put this on the market. It's a great thing that it happened, but I can see where this is going to go.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go there. I hear you. That's wild.
And then the last thing. Wait, where is it? Did I lose it? I think I lost it. I think we can.
What's the situation with the Steve Harvey thing?
Oh no, he apologized. He said his social media person. Oh, okay. So for context, Steve Harvey tweeted, "Name a comedian that's not funny." People
That's
ran
not
up
what
in
I'm
the
talking
comments.
about. It's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, the cheating part.
The
but,
cheating
oh,
part,
but
yes.
that's where it started. So
Okay.
it started with name a comedian that's not funny. People ran in the comments, and then he came and did a live or a story saying, "Guys, I'm sorry, that's not me. I have a social media
so
manager.
that, yes.
I take accountability, whatever else." Very next day, bam, Steve Harvey's still in the conversation. His wife is apparently cheating on him with the bodyguard and security and the chef, I think they said. And then Steve Harvey clarified that I think he had an event or something. He was at some show, and he's like, "Guys, relax. We good."
Because what's crazy is the next day he did this post.
Yeah.
He did this post about her. And it was like,
It was weird.
everybody's like, this is weird, but some people were like, yeah, what a great man, way to protect.
I mean, it's tricky. If the world's going, yo, your wife is doing stuff. Think about it in your guys' worlds. You're in a relationship, and someone's saying something about your partner. You know very well that's not true. What's your next move? How do you verify that? No, you're good.
You post her, I guess, if you're
Aye.
public figure
The
like that.
next day. No, give me 5 to 7 working days.
No, but you know very well this guy's been good.
What she's saying is, when you know that that's not a real thing.
How do you know that it's not a real thing?
That's a good question.
That's the thing.
You can't
That's
trust
why I'm
Twitter.
saying I need 5 to 7 working days to sort this thing out. And then after that, after Sunday or on Sunday, I will then post and say that my baby is good. Like, we good.
Because they are a public couple. So therefore, information that is public lands.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for Jada to go, "Come to the red table." Like, no, we can't. We've seen what you do to people now. This is terrible. You're destroying people's relationships and lives.
That's crazy. But yeah, I really hope that they stray, because that would be left.
It would be
for
weird.
some-
Yeah.
That would be
It would be
sad.
like Dr. Musa. Like every time I
Bruh.
see, every time, listen,
The standard.
I'm a pro. I'm like an advocate for that relationship. Like I'm a stan.
Yeah.
But deep down inside, in the subconscious,
Don't
I
say it. Don't
I
say it.
hope
Don't say
nobody
Don't
is
say it.
doing the nasty
Don't
with
say
that lady. I really hope.
Don't
For
say
his
it.
sake.
Oh my God.
Like, shout out to him, bro, because that's how it's supposed to be, and you should be able to have the space to do it like that. Do you know what I'm saying? To be like, yo, this is my wife, and I love her. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yo, but if it come out on some,
Oh my
man,
gosh.
Father
South Africa will no longer be in love.
yeah,
No, because those two people are our Sundays are for lovers kind of thing. When we start with the status updates and the whatevers, there's something that, what's his face?
Dr. Musa or Steve.
Steve says, and then you see that there about how men should be, how women should be,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that stuff. And then there's
I
definitely
mean, Steve wrote a book.
he wrote
He wrote a whole book.
I'm not gonna trust that, but anyway.
Think like a man.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do
bro?
you mean?
Have you read it? No.
Yeah,
Have
let's
you
start
read
there.
it?
Thank
I
you.
based it on the movie they wrote because they keep
No,
quoting.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Have
that's
you
that's
read
not proper.
it?
No,
you
I
cannot
haven't.
base Harry Potter on the book because a lot of things are cut out.
I've never watched Harry Potter as well.
I've watched all 7 of them.
With his chest.
Guys, we need to wrap this up.
No,
I think
I
we passed the
really
hour.
have.
That's my shizness. That's the
No.
only fiction I'm into that I like. I'm into reality stuff.
Yeah, my partner
But
tried to
have
get me
you
into
read
that.
it?
Nah.
No.
So you've got
You
no
have
say.
no
Give me real books.
You've got no,
No.
say.
Give me the Bible.
Woo, as for Wena. Please. As for you, you know how you are. You know
But
how
I
you
know
are.
the word.
Yeah.
But I know the word.
The last thing I wanted to bring up was and then we're done. Joe Biden. Remember Joe Biden's Pump It Up?
Yeah.
Only went gold now, which has to be a lie. cannot. You telling me all of us blacks were like pump.
No. Okay, that's a
No
lie. No
way.
No, they lie.
There is
Someone's
power in
lying.
patience.
He posted him with the plug.
No, someone's lying. There's no ways. We've played and overplayed that song.
So
doing
definitely
the
happened
most.
way back when.
I'm
Are you
thinking
saying?
they lying. You got served. That song should be platinum right now.
Yeah, it should be multi-platinum.
It should be multi-platinum. Gold.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I win gold now. Well, Robert win gold. Shout out to my boy.
So, someone in the comments is like, no, he's platinum in the hood.
That's true.
They copied this.
That is
Okay,
true.
damn. Okay.
That's scary.
No,
You're telling me 20 is it, how old
but
is
I
he was
get it though. Platinum in the hood, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Which means when we were playing the song, it's because we had copied. Yo, Tik, I got you, man. Don't
Bluetooth
worry
me.
about it.
Yeah.
Bluetooth me,
Bluetooth.
man. Drop me
my
the
word.
song.
That must suck.
Damn.
You're only going gold now?
Which means that-
Because if you still play the song now, it's good. It's like,
Weird.
there's
But
something
that
about the song.
means that's his only stream of income where the music is concerned. That, like, you do understand that. right? If it says you sold 2 million copies, that's the money you're getting. We've been running this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks. I won't lie.
Yeah, no.
That's why Joe Biden's not happy. That's why he's bitter. he been bitter. I get it. That's why he's bitter.
Okay.
Can I let Helle tell
All right, let's say bye.
Hi, Feet.
Before you say bye, just tell the people what questions to not ask on the first date.
Okay,
'Cause I
before,
gotta show
before
the
we get
answers
there,
here.
before we get there, shout out to Zex Bantwini. He's doing a Bantu show at the Cape Town Stadium. I think it's going to be really dope. I think it's just in the nature of, we were talking about, I think a couple of episodes back, the whole concept of doing the stadium events.
Yeah.
And I think he's got the momentum to do so. He's had 2 or 3 big songs. He's done 2 or 3 tours already, world tour situations.
Yeah.
So I think, which is dope. I think it's really dope. And even the setup is not like a commercial. It's in the pocket of like Afro-tech vibes
Okay.
as well. Yeah. So it's not even like necessarily like a piano type setup. Although it's literally Afro-tech. The lineup is Afro-tech as well. But he's doing it at one of the stadiums in Cape Town. Yeah. So shout out to
That's really dope.
Zex.
Congratulations.
Man. Yeah. Shout out to him. What's the question?
First date questions you don't like asking or being asked.
Or being asked. I think maybe I've never gotten this, thank God, but I think it would be weird if I got, how much do you make? How much money do you make?
That would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, I mean, I make too much. Can't really say it.
Boy,
The spring day is
we are
just.
just trying to get
We're
by.
gonna just turn these cameras
We
off.
are just trying to get by.
It's just like Ellen. Oh.
I've learned how to maneuver my way around it now. So I've got a.
Yeah.
I've typed it out.
Oh yeah.
It is there. It's there in the files. So if anybody asks me anything, I'm just like, there it is. That's like a chatting type of thing. But face to face, I really, on the inside, on the depths of me, I want to say, just look me up, bitch. But I hate it when people say, tell me about yourself.
Oh, it's very vague.
It's very vague. Like, what do you want to
Yeah.
know? If I've got kids, am I
Honestly-
drilling? What?
Sorry, when somebody asks that,
Yeah.
I know that they're not interesting. It's an indication. Because if you're interesting enough, you're gonna ask me specific stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what's your idea about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What do you think of thinking? What career are you in? What do you think about? Have you always wanted to do that? You've got a layer, so you got to ask them one by one.
Yeah.
But when you say, tell me about yourself,
It's lazy.
it's lazy
It's
as
lazy.
hell.
It's lazy. Yeah.
What do I hate asking? I think I don't like asking, what do you do? I think I should have figured it out before we get
I hear
there.
you.
Like, if I don't know what you do by the time we get there, in my head,
Yeah.
we already have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I don't know if there's a question I don't like. Oh, yeah, the question I don't like being asked is, so I saw your YouTube video, and so tell what happened? There.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, like, yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Take us on.
All right, shout out. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Please do continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do follow us on all our social medias as well, and engage with us. Send us your comments, questions, or whatever subjects you'd like us to actually touch on and talk about. Yeah, this was before your weekend, where we talk about the week before it ends. Shout out. Yeah.
Wear condoms this spring because
Oh wow.
Because what? No, well, because yes, we could die. So let's do that.
Okay, it's spring, everybody.
Shorts,
Go
men,
buy, pull out the
please.
shorts and come with the
Sort out your thighs.
Pablo Escobars, okay?
Ah.
That too. One time.
bye, people.
Woo! What's that?
1 hour.